intuitive soul guidance system. And because of the intuitive soul guidance system, it begins to provide us insight. It helps us guide us into our daily lives. It helps us understand ourselves, helps us understand others, it helps us understand our relationships, it helps us understand the forces that are at play in life, the energetic forces. And we refer to those as energy positions in life that begins to what affect us, affect relationships, affects environments, and affects situations, and so on. And so, one of the things that Living Soul, what it helps us understand for all of us that really kind of teach it and practice it, um, is one of the first early lessons that we understand is that energy precedes reality. And so, and this also influenced understanding the soul archetypes, the 9 different soul archetypes that we align ourselves into. Um, and we all operate as a living soul, which is a primary soul archetype through life that's influenced by other different archetypes, and we call that our energetic, our soul, our living soul profile. And so it gives a lot of insight. So this is more than just a behavioral assessment tool, but it's really more of a spiritual system that kind of gives us a wide range of benefits as it covers different spans in life. So um, based on the soul archetypes, what's unique about it, what an archetype is, it's kind of identifying the intrinsic pattern uh, behaviors that just rolls in and out of different lifetimes, basically, right? So it's not solely isolated into a personality profile, but it's giving the intrinsic nature behind particular personality profiles that we might operate in. And so there's 9 different archetypes that helps us understand this about ourselves and how it begins to play out, how it begins to influence and fashion our lives around us, or help us understand where we might be misaligned, help us understand some of the frustrations. A lot of frustration we have going on in life is because it's an alignment issue. And that issue means that we're not really fully operating in the soul archetypes, that we might have some conditionings that has influenced us to operate contrary to what is very natural for us to operate in. But because we're trying to operate in a different frame of mind, we begin to run through more obstacles. And so the living soul helps us to get insight about that. The living soul also basically shows us the understanding that everything in life is an extension of acted upon universal principles. In other words, the universal principles are seeds, and everything in life are just outgrowths from that in many, many different forms. And so, what the living soul does kind of helps us get simplified in understanding that everything that we experience in life all can be traced back to a series of universal principles at play or a principle at play that's shaping what is happening in our life. And so the living soul gives us that understanding, and that's one of the um, aspects to help to uncover what's obscure. It's going to help uncover um, maybe the hidden meanings behind what's going on and give us a practical understanding of it. And so the living soul is really great for that. The living soul also has pulled this, it was compiled and created around several different influences. The Ma'at philosophy, the Bagua astrology system that was created by Carl Stevens, a dope system. I'm actually certified in that system. Um, Numerology, Hermetic principles, uh, the Vedic philosophy. So there's a lot of different things that's really incorporated to help bring about this intuitive soul guidance system to help us guide us in daily life with a degree of accuracy, so that way we can really just operate our greater selves. Another unique thing about the living soul is that it highlights within our energetic profile. It also helps understand the assigned houses. In other words, the assigned influences that we are always constantly have to work through and play through in life, and it helps us to recognize these in these houses. It brings out um, journey paths that we call them. And journey path is basically the route and course that we're going in life. That things that we will have to face more of that we need to master, understand, or to reconcile. And so, with all those things I just mentioned, that kind of begins to shaping our self-discovery. It begins to shaping, or I guess it'll prompt us into self-improvement. It will also bring some degrees of enlightenment. Um, So as we go through these journey paths and these things are occurring, it also shows what stage in life that we might be in. And it shows how we're operating that stage and the decisions we're making and the pressure that might be at play. It also shows the challenges, right? And also points us to where we might be undergoing transformation, where we need to undergo transformation. So the living soul, from a behavioral and a decision-making model, it helps bring that apart. It also helps us understand why we attract to certain people that we're interested in. It also helps us understand the energetic dynamics inside of relationships. It helps us understand the best route for us to go to achieve financial freedom or financial flexibility by based off our soul archetype alignments. It helps us understand the different transitions in life. It helps us understand what we might default to in regard to our wellness. It shows a lot of different things to really help us to undergo, to help us to be able to uncover and tap into the potential that we have to offer in life, and do it in such a fluid way because now we're more aligned and not moving through life forcing everything.